Stress is the number one reason why I ended my prolonged fasting prematurely and why I even ended up in the hospital. Stress and fasting do not mix well. Here's why. I've been wanting to do this video for some time, and today is another one of the rainy mid-July afternoons, and I decided why not give this topic a go. So today we're going to talk about stress. The first reason I would like to mention stress regarding to prolonged fasting is prolonged fasting goes hand in hand with peace and quiet. Now, what do I mean by that? When I am fasting, I really like to have quiet in the house, to think about and get in tune with my body. What is missing? Why do I feel like I feel? How can I make a difference with my current situation, the problems that I have with my health issues? All of these questions come into play when I am fasting. And none of this is really possible if I am stressed. And have been stressed for the past 30 years. Or as long as I'm fasting. Let me explain. I am not talking about that traumatic stress experiences. I'm talking about little stressors that happen daily. So if, for example, I have gotten a bad review from the boss in the early mornings of my work, I am still stressing about it in the evening when I should be focusing on my body and what my body is feeling right now. Or if, for some instance, my kids are behaving badly, I am more prone to being stressful about it when I am fasting. I am more in tune to it. How do I solve these problems with peace and quiet and stressful situations while fasting? Well, I have done a lot of journaling. So journaling plays a big part of this. And I have also gone on quiet walks. Quiet walks in nature really help. And going alone without a distraction of the kids, of the husband, or even of the dog really helps to, retune and to refocus your body and why you are fasting in the first place. So these are the two tips. So journaling and having long, slow walks in nature really help to get your mind off the stressors and to get to put your mind into the now. Okay. What else is stressing me out in general, and even when I am fasting, is emotional eating. Now, I know that this is a bit counterintuitive. So emotional eating and fasting meaning no eating, but let me explain. When I am stressed, and if this stress is going on for hours or days, I tend to eat to solve my problems, to dull the pain of the stress in food. It doesn't matter. It could be a good lunch. It could be something sweet. It usually is something sweet. It could be ice cream. It could be chocolate. And this helps to dull the emotions, and this helps to, put my mind off of the problem or off of the stress. But when I am fasting, there's a problem because the stress is there, but the food is not. And this puts additional pressure on the fasting period, and this makes a few more bad days that could be avoided during the fasting period. Now, how I solved this problem? Well, to dull the emotional eating, or to dull the cravings that are much bigger when I am stressed during the fasting season or the fasting period, I like to squeeze fresh juice from apples or fresh juice from oranges. And the juices have some natural fibers, not fibers. The juices have some natural sugars in them, and they tend to lower that food craving of something sweet a little bit. But for the long-term solution, I still have not come up with a good one for me to share here, because I still have tendency to eat when I'm stressed, and I still haven't gotten rid of that problem or found a solution for that. So if you have an idea how I could solve my emotional eating problem, that would be a great help. All right. What else? What else is stress accounted for? Yeah. Well, if you are fasting, especially if you're fasting for a longer periods of time, like a week, 2 weeks, or even 3 weeks, this takes a toll on your body. And stress and fasting is stressful on its own already. Why? Because when you're fasting, you exchange one energy source for another. So you exchange an energy source of food, which you have been using when you are eating. You are now exchanging that energy source for the energy that your body is providing from fat stores and also muscle stores. And as you can imagine, this is stressful on its own. And then add in the detoxification process, which is called autophagy. And this stresses your body even more. Now, don't get scared. We have the autophagy is a natural occurring process that occurs when we sleep. But this only happens if your digestive tract is empty. So that means you should not be eating anything before you go to bed. So your stomach should be empty, and also it is a good idea that your intestines are empty as well. And when these factors are all checked, then autophagy can do its work. And that means that it is sweeping out of your body all of the dead cells, all of the damaged cells, and this is using up energy, and this means that you will have to burn more fat stores and more muscle stores if you are stressed. And now add additional stress that comes from your family, from your partner, from work, and you have a disaster on your hands. Now, this happened to me when I was particularly stressed a couple of years ago, and I've decided that fasting will do the trick. I view prolonged fasting anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks as my ace up the sleeve to heal anything and everything that is wrong with my body. But the problem was that I didn't take into account that stress is not one of those things that can be solved with prolonged fasting. So I went on the fasting spree, and I didn't deal with any of the stress issues that I have been dealing with at work. I had this very, very not pleasant boss who expected too much, who was never satisfied with anything, and it took its toll. And the toll that I paid was first it was an eye infection, and then it was bloatiness. Even though I wasn't eating anything or eating anything salty, I still felt bloated, you know, my fingers were swollen, I didn't feel right. I had severe swollen joints. I had pains in the back of my knees that my doctors thought that it could be prone to heart attack. And then after this went on for I think 2 weeks, I got a very severe diarrhea. And this diarrhea landed me in the hospital because I was so dehydrated because I didn't eat anything. I was drinking a lot of teas, but this wasn't enough. So I was so dehydrated that I had to had I think it's called an infusion, but this is called in Slovenian language. I'll look it up and I will link the proper word above. But anyway, I have to go to the hospital, and I was there for I think a day or two just to get my body back on track. Needless to say, I ended up ceasing to fast prematurely. I ended my fasting period on day 18th. And I was glad to do it because it was very taxing, not on my only on my body, but also on my mind, because I was constantly thinking about work. I couldn't focus on my body. I couldn't focus on what my body needed, which was real rest, you know, enough sleep, and not to think about work for, I don't know, a few months. So fasting took its toll. And I found out that fasting is not a solution for everything, that you should keep in mind that in this situation, the head and the body are separate. And you should heal the head as well as the body, and not with fasting. You should heal the head with, I don't know, proper counseling, journaling, and doing something about what's stressing you out. So that was my problem when I was fasting two years ago. And then stress can also worsen the bad days when you are fasting. Now, if you're fasting for a longer periods of time, having a couple or even a few bad days is a given. Usually they are focused in the beginning of the fast, so I have quite bad days on day 2 and 3, and 1 or 2 bad days in the middle of the fast. And how does this bad day look like? Well, it starts at night or in the evening before, when I have vivid dreams or even nightmares, and I cannot get sufficient amount of rest. Then when you get up, I am a morning person, but even on when there is a bad day, I am feeling drained of energy even in the morning. So I cannot focus, I cannot function very well. The food cravings go through the roof on a bad day. I am hungry more, and even though that I am never hungry, I'm never hungry when I am fasting because of the Broy's juice, Broy's vegetable juice of the Broy's fasting method. But I have to drink a lot of this juice, tons more. I have to drink much more juice on a bad day than I do on regular days or even on a good day, because my body is dealing with a lot. And on bad days, I usually can lessen the badness, if I can say it like that, of the day with walking in nature, having really slow walks, and resting. Rest really helps. So if I have a really bad day, I will go to bed early. I will go to bed in the middle of the day if I can. And if I'm fasting when I'm working on a bad day, I will usually call in sick, and I will basically stay in bed, aside from that slow walk, the entirety of the day. And the next day, when the bad day is over, the next day is usually a good day or even a great day. So I have, over the years, I have come to convince myself that bad days are there to slow me down, to get rid of something really nasty in my body, because my body is working, or autophagy is working extremely hard to process something that is not supposed to be in the body. And this is how I cope with the bad day. But when you are stressed, the bad days are even worse. So when you're stressed, or when you are fasting and you are stressed, there are usually more bad days than good. So my advice, if you are thinking about prolonged fasting, get stress in check, or at least get on top of it. Do something every day to not remove it, but at least lessen it. And there is one more thing that gets even worse with stress when I'm fasting, and that is my zero tolerance for anything. Now, when I have bad days, I also have no tolerance. Not for screaming, not for stupid jokes, not for, I don't know, cynic people, not for anything. And I usually yell a lot, and my kids know when to leave me alone when I have a bad day and when I'm stressed. And that is the day when my husband is in charge of the raising of the kids, because I am really, really cranky. And I have more anxiety, I have more fear about the future. Everything is just running around in my head, and I cannot relax. So being stressed is all in all a bad thing. But if you are stressed when you are fasting, it can severely it can have a really bad not influence, but the fasting will get a bad reputation. So I would just like to tell you that if you're really thinking about, starting or even trying fasting for a day, two, or even a week or more, start journaling. Get everything out, observe what kind of behaviors are prone to, make you tick, or make you burst out, or what kind of behaviors usually I had a really specific telltale when I was stressed, because my skin would be like it was in flames. I could feel the heat rising from my neck up to my forehead, and then to the back of the head. And I could feel when the stress was getting real. I could feel it on my skin. It was burning. So if you have any of those signs, I think it would be a good idea to dig deep. What is making you stressed? And if you haven't thought about it, maybe talk to somebody. Talk to a professional, talk to your partner, or talk to a friend. Even a night of pure fun with your girlfriend, or your significant other, just watching a comedy, or chatting over drinks with. It doesn't have to be about your topic. It could be about I don't know what problems your kids got into this week, or what funny jokes you heard the day before. Anything just to keep your mind, or get your mind off of the the toils of the day. So this would be my advice about, if you are thinking about fasting, deal with the stress beforehand. And if you're thinking about fasting, don't forget to speak with your doctor. Tell them what you're thinking. They will know how to approach the subject, and they will probably give you a couple of ideas that you haven't thought about yourself before, and what you should consider about fasting or going through such a long period of fasting. So this would be all about today, about stress and about prolonged fasting. I hope that I didn't, give the fasting a black dot on your on your list. But I would really like to tell you all of the sides. Fasting is really great. It's something that I do every year for the past 28 years. But sometimes it is not enough. Sometimes you have to do a little more work than just not eat for, I don't know, a specific amount of time. And if you would like to know more about what benefits fasting can provide, I have made a video series about fasting benefits, everything from scientifically proven benefits, from my experience benefits on the body, on the mind, on life in general, and on the vanity part. So that is, weight loss and beautiful skin and all of that stuff. So if you'd like to check it out, the link will be in the show notes. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next video.